When you look at where we were 40 years ago to where we are now, what do you see as the biggest challenges for the Sikh community in the next 5 to 10 years? And what advice do you have for today's generation on how to address those barriers and overcome them?
So in the context of 84, I would say there are two things I have noticed. One is that our individual capitals have really increased in the community. What that has done is it has made us more complicit. That's where the risk and the fear question also comes in. Because when you are more well off, you become risk averse. It requires more work to not be risk averse because you have more to lose. So this individual capital, which has really come a long way, those are success stories. We celebrate them, and I'm part of that. But this is where the challenge is for the youth, because earlier you will have few millionaires. Now people in 30s are millionaires, right? So they're going to become billionaires soon. And unless some of them become, as we say in history, कि उन्होंने सब कुछ वारता, अपनी कोठी वारती, सोने दी मोहरां बिछातियां, इस करसान क्या सुनाते ना? We need some of those to happen again. And it will only happen if you're not complicit. Otherwise, we really do become complicit. I'm seeing this now. So that's the part where there's a forewarning. The part where I see amazing trends, that we are much more competent now. We definitely are developing better competencies. I'm seeing people who are below my age group, in 10 years younger or 20 years younger than me. They really are very capable people. But our journey, which is, I think, in the previous generation to now, is similar, but we are not thinking about what I call now becoming civil servants of the Panth. So what are we going to do with all those aptitudes and competencies unless we prepare, or unless one prepares oneself to serve in the court of the Guru? And this is where Canada is just like India now. So don't keep putting down India. We're sitting in Canada. I'm going to give a Canadian example. In fact, percentage-wise, this is where the most Sikhs are. So India has politicians, India has heads of departments, India has musicians who are all Sikhs as well. So we say, kyun nahi kuch kar de, the bhi ki ho raha in that sense. So it's the competencies we have developed, which is wonderful. But how many of those competencies, what percentage can we get 1 to 2% of those competent people, high caliber individual capitals, to actually be for the Panth? And that's where there is not a nickeling and diming when you do that. It's all in kind of a stuff. And when I'm hoping that there will be some groundswell for that, I'm hoping that there will be some tipping points in individuals, that those competencies at the highest level, the funds of the highest level, it is not for their family or their network anymore. In some cases, in few cases, I'm saying 1 to 2%. Then you see the change. Right now, it is part-time, feel good, less than 1% of the work is there. Those utter competent people, there are only two things you need to get done. And the good news is we got both now. So when you take the money and the people, like not this 2 million, 10 million, when we can have a $500 million fund and 500 people, and in my opinion, we need 100 lawyers. Education always follows the legal victories. Keep that in mind. You can keep educating. If you're not willing legally, you're not going to get anywhere. That's the nature of the world today. If I had that, I would be hiring 20 competent lawyers, extremely competent lawyers, globally. We don't have that. But don't they exist? Yes, they exist. Don't we have the money? Yes, we do. But it's not concerted. We do small stuff. I work with Insaf. I worked with Insaf before Insaf was founded. I know how the work gets done there. So if we had 20 competent lawyers and we had a $20 million budget for it, you see the game change, including in India. So that's the thing. I think we have developed investments, monies, we have developed competencies, that synergy, this ground is ready. ਕਿਤੇ ਨਾ ਕਿਤੇ ਜੇ ਉਹ ਬੀਜ ਪੂਰਾ ਪੈ ਜਾਊਗਾ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਪੁੰਗਰੂਗਾ ਵੀ। ਅਜੇ ਉਹ ਪੂਰਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੈ ਰਿਹਾ, ਅਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਰੋਮਾਂਸਿੰਗ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਇਸ ਕੰਮ ਦੀ। ਉਸ ਰੋਮਾਂਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਕੁ ਐਫਰਟ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ ਉਹਦੇ ਬੜੀਆਂ ਰਿਜ਼ਲਟਸ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ। ਬਟ ਇਮੈਜਿਨ ਜੇ ਆਲ ਇਨ ਚਲਾ ਜਾਵੇ ਕੁਝ ਕੁ ਜਣਿਆਂ ਦਾ, then you will see some serious tents. And I think we are ready for it. I'm hopeful that we're going to see that in next 5 years in a couple of spots.